This morning I was being surrounded by, well, it was one fly, but it felt like millions. You know, one, he just goes there, then he's there, landing on his shoulder while you're trying to sing the worship. So I went and got some grace from the cupboard. This is grace. This is grace. The power to kill that sucker. And we need the power to kill that sucker, don't we? We need the grace to get rid of that issue. The one that keeps pestering us. It keeps coming back. It goes away for a while. You think, oh, thank the Lord. I'm no longer dealing with that problem. I think I've cracked. It's back in your ear. It's back in your ear. And that's how it is with sin. Sometimes, we think we've cracked something because it's gone away for a bit. But actually, it's not totally killed off. And we do want to kill it off. But the problem with trying to do things in our own strength is that, it's like I hinted at when I was talking about in the communion message. Sometimes it's pride-based. We're actually trying to prove ourselves that I'm actually quite a righteous person. I'm a good person. Because I go to church and I say nice things at work and I'm pretty reliable and everyone thinks I'm nice. And everyone thinks I'm really quite a good person. Because we're trying to prove ourselves. We're not trying to prove Jesus is at work in our lives. We're trying to prove that we ourselves are actually really nice, good, upstanding individuals. And if we're trying to prove ourselves, what's the problem with that in relationships? Everyone else has to too. If I'm in a relationship and I'm thinking, I'm striving really hard to be really great at everything. Well, that means you should too. You should be working really hard too. What's wrong with you? I'm working hard. You should be doing what I'm doing. So while we're trying to beat ourselves up and be strict and harsh on ourselves, the problem with that is we end up then looking at everybody else and go, well, you're not doing what I'm doing. And they might be walking by faith and receiving grace from God and very humble and just recognizing that God needs to work in their lives. But we don't like it because we ourselves are working on ourselves. We're writing the self-help book to ourselves because we're full of ourselves. And actually that is destructive in relationships, isn't it? When we're focused on ourselves only, and I've got to crack this, I've got to solve this problem, and if I do that, then I can pat myself on the back. Well done, Jabe. You are a really strong individual. You really stopped sin. It's pride. And this is the problem that these Pharisees had. They wanted to prove themselves. Look at my tassels today. Aren't they clean and lovely and long and flowy? I don't even know what tassels look like. What I'm trying to imagine. Some Jewish guy walking along, flashing off the tassels, hanging off him. Yes, these are my prayer tassels. I've been praying today. There they are. Like one of the... Oh no, that's a bit harsh. There are people who dance. Oh no, people are laughing. Sometimes people get a ribbon out. Have you seen that? Banner wavers. Have you seen that? And you end up getting it draped across your face while they're trying to worship. And you're in the midst of worship. Oh Lord, I really love it. And you end up nearly suffocating because someone else is getting a little bit too enthusiastic with their banner in the middle of the Christian service. And you're thinking, okay, this is no longer about Jesus, is it? This is about your great banner waving skills, isn't it? That's why you just poked me in the eye with the stick bit. We have problems when people start to try and